This meeting is being recorded.
Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful Friday in Colorado, and today we're going a little bit outside of the city limits. I'm Gabby, and with me is a fabulous guy, Matt Vawter, who I originally met in Denver, who has flown the coop, so to speak, and left us, but opened probably the best restaurants I've seen or had dinner at in Colorado. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning. It's nice to see you, Gabby.
You too. And your restaurants, Rootstock and Radicato, are unbelievable in Breckenridge. So do you want to tell us a little bit about you and your start in Denver and what made you decide to leave?
Sure. I was fortunate enough to move down to Denver in 2007. I started working with Alex Seidel at Fruition when it was very young and up and coming. Great years at Fruition, just on the other side of Cheeseman Park. I can see Cheeseman Park in the background there. I lived right there, just down the street from you. And yeah, had a great time at Fruition, and then Alex and I partnered and we opened Mercantile and Dining and Provision. That was in 2014, I guess, maybe 2000, I think. And yeah, that was a unreal experience. Just all the things that we were doing at Mercantile and all the doors that had opened. Yeah, just had a great time in Denver. It's part of the chef community down there and restaurant community. Met a lot of great people. I think just being in a city where there was constant evolution and growth from restaurants and restaurateurs and chefs and front of the house. It was really fun to be part of. And I think this move to Breckenridge, which is where I grew up, was just coming home. I have 2 young kids and wanted to raise them where I grew up and ski and mountain bike and do all the things that are really fun that I do in my off time. So that was really the main focus. And I think that the town of Breckenridge, Summit County specifically, really needed another good restaurant, and that was what we came up here to do.
You sure did it. And
thank you.
If somebody hasn't been, we were just there, and Breckenridge is absolutely charming. I mean, you don't have to go over the pass and go to Vail or go here. It's, I thought, much more interesting and fun.
And it is a charming little town. It's small. It's all walkable.
Yeah.
The mountains right here if you're a skier, and I don't know, it just has that kind of picture perfect ski town vibe about it, and a really a real community. There's a lot of people that live here and have made this home for a long time, and I think that's what's really special about the community of Breckenridge.
But let's start with Rootstock, which all I could say is, oh my God. I mean, please, somebody let me go there really soon. Again.
So Rootstock, the name speaks to just kind of my roots, and it speaks specifically to rhizomes, which is the idea of roots spreading. And so when I named it, that was the focus, was just really like laying down roots back in Summit County and coming back up here. As far as like a concept, we're in 1880s remodeled Victorian home, and that kind of set forth what we wanted to do. It's really all about welcoming people into our home.
And you do, absolutely.
And that's really like the foundation of our hospitality, the foundation of our food. It's all rooted around just welcoming people to our home and caring for them as you would if they were a guest in your house. And then from a food perspective, I really wanted to create a menu that was approachable and understandable by our guests, but elevated to the point where our execution, ingredient sourcing, and technique behind what we do is elevates something that you might have some nostalgia and preconceived ideas about.
Okay, I have the menu sitting here that I had. I don't know whether it's even still there, but all I can tell you is I have dreamt of the tomato salad. There are wonderful tomatoes around, but there's great salad. Nothing was like that salad that I have ever. Oh, I'm dreaming about it now.
Yeah, I think that dish specifically kind of speaks to what we're trying to do. Like you said, there's great tomatoes around, there's salads around, trying to execute a salad that makes you dream about it. And
I do.
The ingredient sourcing, which has been a shift for me, building a lot of relationships down in Denver over the 13 years that I was down there with different farmers and purveyors. That all had to kind of switch when I got up here, because that access to the Front Range is not quite the same as it was when I was in Denver. So we've shifted, and a lot of our produce is coming from the Western Slope now. And so those tomatoes are coming from Palisade, the eggplant from Palisade, and
Well, it
just
was tomatoes with fried eggplant and baba ganoush, and I don't remember what I could read it, mozzarella. Oh, I mean, it was heavenly.
Thank you.
And
Yeah, I think that's really what we try to do, is just highlight the ingredient. And
you make your own pasta, obviously.
we do. Mm-hmm.
And that had Palisade apricots in it the night I was there.
Right. So that pasta dish is no longer on the menu, but yeah, just a simple cheese-filled pasta with poppy seed, Palisade apricot, and just a simple pan sauce with shallots.
How do you create these dishes? I mean, seriously, we had, I don't know, a zillion different things, every one of which was spectacular and not like anything else I've had.
Yeah, I think that, just the experience over the last 24 years I've been in the business, I think that finally at a point where I can recall on flavor combinations and things that go together well, and what's seasonal, and then asking yourself the question, does this work, and trying it in the kitchen, and yeah.
I just have a mass of failures if I tried that. I hate to tell you. It would not work.
I do it pretty often, so a lot of things don't make the menu that we try.
Good, that makes me feel better. Even though I would never, I'd rather just come eat it. And Rootstock has been there how many years now?
We opened in December of 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah. And you made it through. Have you had a lot of trouble? A lot of the restaurants are having a much worse time since the pandemic.
Yeah, it seems a lot of restaurants are still struggling with staffing. I think that our business has lost a lot of people. But knock on wood, I've been really fortunate. We have a great team and a lot of dedicated people that believe in what we're doing and really are the ones that make it so special. So.
Well, everybody of the staff that we met, we were at the bar, they're just friendly, caring, knowledgeable, and fun. I mean, you're in this restaurant where the food and drinks are outrageous, but it's just fun to be there too.
Right, and that's what we kind of try to preach, is it should be fun. Hospitality should be fun, and that idea of coming to work and enjoying what you're doing, and and then it's a fun place to work. So
I agree. Now, you decided you didn't have enough with Rootstock. Tell us about the next place.
Yeah, so wasn't necessarily ready to grow. Rootstock was still very young and in its infancy per se. So we hadn't really had plans, but an opportunity kind of was at our doorstep, and it was too good to pass up. So the space was formerly a restaurant called Relish, which was owned and operated by a gentleman that I have a great relationship with. I actually worked for him when I was in culinary school, and we've remained friends since. His name is Matt Vawter, and he was 16 years Relish was there, so he was ready to move on and enjoy some time with his family. So it's just the right opportunity, and the timing worked out. So we jumped at the opportunity, and I think the concept behind Radicato.
What? Oh, thank you. You haven't said the name.
The concept, we have Rootstock, which is this elevated everyday dining. It's kind of our tagline. And Breckenridge is a small town, so we didn't want to create something that was too similar. I think the parallels between the two restaurants are definitely service model and hospitality and the warmth that you feel when you're welcomed in. But from a cuisine perspective and how that translates down to the wine list and cocktail program, we wanted to do Italian. And I think pasta is something that we've really enjoyed making for a lot of years, and kind of branching out and doing a restaurant that's focused in pasta and Italian cuisine. So that was
it was just as incredible. Well, the whole fish is that still on the menu?
It is, yep.
Oh, and I ran into Jeff Osaka, who has restaurants down here, shortly after I got back, and he had been up, and the two of us were just drooling over our dinners. And your pastas were incredible, but the fish was unbelievable as well.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm really proud of the team up there. I think that it brings a different experience for Breckenridge, something that we tried to create something that doesn't exist up here, and
I don't think it exists a lot down here either, frankly. It's worth a trip to Breckenridge. And both restaurants are open dinner only every night?
Dinner only 7 days a week. We open at 4 p.m. and typically 9:30 is kind of our last seating. In the off seasons, which is really mid-September through November or mid-November, and then again mid-April through mid-June, we do a short closure at both restaurants, about 10 days apiece. And other than that, we're full bore. We close some holidays for family and so people can enjoy their family.
And actually, the restaurants are close to each other.
Yes, they're 2 blocks apart. Mm-hmm.
Both on Main Street.
Both on Main Street, both on the west side of Main Street. Radicato, technically the north end, Rootstock the north end, and Radicato technically the south end.
Well, it's a very short north and south end.
Yes.
I mean, it's an easy walk to either one of them. And
you can walk the whole town in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, but it's just charming. And honestly, I have to say that Rootstock and Radicato, the best meals I can remember. I have a friend who lives in New York who saw the stuff I was posting and tried to change his plane reservation so we could come up there when he was coming in the next day to come back, and he couldn't change his reservation. That's how much I can say we love this place, both places.
Well, thank you. It was a pleasure to have you in, and
I just
a lot of years again cooking for you, so it was nice to be up to Breckenridge.
And I would say honestly, you need a reservation.
Yes, definitely in season. Yeah.
Okay, so how would people find you?
So both of our websites, rootstockbrec.com for Rootstock and radicatobrec.com for Radicato. They have links to Talk. We use Talk as a platform for reservations, but pretty easy, user-friendly. Rootstock has a couple different experiences as well. We have the Chef's Counter, which is a tasting menu experience, and then Radicato is pretty straightforward. So.
Well, possibly, well, I've only said this 5 times in 15 minutes. The places you should really go. And if you can get to Breckenridge or just literally from Denver, you could drive up. And if you didn't drink too much, you could drive home. If you didn't.
Definitely. We have some guests that come up and grab dinner and then head back to Denver.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is what we're talking about now. Is we could find a day to drive up, eat an early dinner, come back. I mean,
Yeah.
please don't go if you plan on drinking yourself to bad driving. But past that, it's just an experience everyone should have. So congratulations on the best job.
Thanks so much, Gabby. I appreciate it.
You are fabulous. And to everybody who is watching this, please like and subscribe to the Gabb on YouTube, where you will see this. You'll also find it on Instagram, Facebook. And the thing I'd like most is to find you all up there with me very soon and very often. Matt, I cannot tell you what, you're a fabulous guy, and you know I love you. Well, 2 fabulous restaurants that really just reflect you to a T.
Thanks so much, Gabby.
Have a great day.
You
And
too. I'll talk to you
happy
soon.
fall. And as soon as I find my way, I'm up there again.
Can't wait.
Me too. Me more. Stay well. Love to your family too, and the babies. Have a great
Thank you.
day, and to everybody else as well. Bye-bye.